Hello, I'm in Scotland, Edinburgh to be precise, 2 days before the general election. One of the most important points in Scottish history.
SNP, Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrat, Scottish Green. These political parties are competing for the maximum amount of seats in the Scottish Parliament election.
Come and sign the petition and help us stamp out poverty wages in Edinburgh. Far too many people in this city working for peanuts. Come and sign the petition here at the table. Here's your opportunity to send your own message to David Cameron. Remind him that there's far too many people in this city working for peanuts, on 0-hour contracts and poverty wages. Thank you very much for your support. Come and sign the petition, support the campaign for a living wage.
So we're just wondering what exactly you're doing here.
Well, I'm Colin Fox. I'm the Rise candidate for Thursday's Scottish Parliament election, so we're out here campaigning. It was dry when we started, and you can testify to that. We're campaigning for a £10 an hour living wage on Princess Street, and the reason is that the retail sector is one of the worst payers in the whole country. There's 600,000 people in Scotland in the retail sector, and the overwhelming majority of them are on poverty wages and 0-hour contracts. So we have a petition which is to try and get a £10 an hour living wage, because that's what the government says you need to live on to pay your own way.
Right, and who exactly are you supporting during the election?
Well, we're with Rise. Rise is Scotland's left alliance, so we're asking for people to give us their second vote on Thursday. You get a constituency vote and then you get a regional list vote. So we're standing the regional list in the hope that I'll get re-elected back to the Scottish Parliament. And when I do get elected, there'll be better weather than this.
And just final question, what impact do you hope to have if you were to get elected?
Well, it'll make all the difference, because the SNP are going to win another majority on Thursday. Another majority. And it's really important there are left-wingers and socialists in the Parliament who'll put the pressure on them from the left, because all the other parties pressurise the SNP from the right. So we want to make sure that working people like us get a fair share of Scotland's resources.
Who do you think will win the election?
I think the SNP will win, since after the independence referendum, people have strongly sided towards them.
Since the voting age has been reduced during this election, it is interesting to hear the point of view of the younger generation, since this election affects them a lot more. So we headed to Edinburgh College to ask a few students what their point of view was.
What do you think of 16 and 17-year-olds being able to vote this year?
It's probably a good thing.
What party do you think will win this year?
Alright, okay, probably Labour.
What changes do you expect to see after this election?
What changes would I like to see? Oof, not really thought about it much. Something to do with college students getting more money, because I'm so poor right now. Help me.
What do you think of 16 and 17-year-olds being able to vote this year?
I think it's a good thing, because it's basically their future that they could be voting for.
What party do you think will win this year?
The Socialists.
What changes do you expect to see after this election?
I hope to see a change in the living wage. I also hope to see a change in education. And I hope to also see a change in the welfare and healthcare.
What do you think of 16 and 17-year-olds being able to vote this year?
I think it's a good option for them, a good chance.
What party do you think will win this year?
SNP, hopefully.
What changes do you expect to see after this election?
Hopefully better minimum wage and better education.
What do you think of 16 and 17-year-olds being able to vote this year?
Brilliant, absolutely super. It's long overdue. I've supported it for many years, and having children or students myself, I think from the early age on 16, make it 15, far less 16, should be able to vote, no problem at all. Not just in Scotland, but everywhere in Europe.
What party do you think will win this year?
The one that gets most votes.
What changes do you expect to see after this election?
Absolutely none as far as politicians are concerned, because if there's one thing about politicians, they promise lots of things and deliver some things, but usually before the election they promise everything and deliver just, there's always problems about actually delivery of what they do promise. So I expect the situation to be very little changed, except I would like to see more money put into further education as soon as possible.
Pressure for an independent parliament grew in the 1970s with the growth of the Scottish National Party, and money was invested into the conversion of the former Royal High School on Colin Hill into an official parliament. Whilst much of this conversion was completed and the building was renamed New Parliament House, it was determined later that the facility was too small for its stated purpose, and they changed the location to Holyrood, where it stands now.
I'm on top of Arthur's Seat, front of the Parliament, where in 2 days' time, on the 5th of May, Scotland's destiny will be decided. I'm David Martin, reporting. Godspeed.